What if one country's plan for its coastline could actually ripple out and affect the entire planet? Well, today, we're diving deep into France's ambitious blueprint to save its seas and why it really matters for all of us. Okay, let's kick things off with a number that's, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. This is the size of France's maritime space. And to put that into perspective for you, that is about 18 times the size of mainland France itself. Just huge.
Now, here's the kicker. 97% of that immense area isn't even around mainland France. It's in its overseas territories. And all that water makes France the world's second largest maritime power, right behind the United States. I mean, think about that. That's a presence in every single one of the world's oceans.
And you know, with great power comes great responsibility, right? When you share maritime borders with 32 different nations, what happens in your waters definitely does not stay in your waters. France's decisions have a direct impact on a massive portion of the globe.
But here's the thing. This incredible blue empire is facing a perfect storm. The French strategy document calls it a triple threat. 3 huge crises all hitting at the same time. And they're pushing these marine ecosystems right to the brink.
So threat number 1, the big one, is climate change. And we're not just talking about sea levels creeping up. No, it's so much more. The water is getting warmer, it's becoming more acidic, and the storms are getting wilder. It's literally changing the fundamental chemistry and physics of the ocean.
Okay, so what does all that pressure from climate change lead to? Well, that's threat number 2, a catastrophic loss of biodiversity. I mean, we are seeing a rapid, and I mean rapid, decline in just about everything, from the vibrant coral reefs in the tropics all the way to the fish stocks up in the North Atlantic.
And the third punch in this 1-2-3 combo? Pollution. A relentless, non-stop flow of contaminants, plastics, industrial chemicals, you name it. It's coming from land, it's coming from the sea, and it is literally choking the life out of these vital habitats. And look, this isn't just France being dramatic. The world's top scientific bodies, like the IPCC, are all sounding the exact same alarm. They've confirmed these are systemic threats, and our window to actually do something about it, it is slamming shut, fast.
So, what's the plan? How is France fighting back? Well, they've rolled out this really ambitious blueprint for 2024 to 2030. It's called the National Strategy for the Sea and Coastline, or NSSC for short, and it's a plan designed to tackle this crisis head-on.
And I want to be really clear here. This is not just another policy paper that's going to sit on a shelf and collect dust. The NSSC is designed to be a master plan, a framework that coordinates all of France's maritime activities. We're talking fishing, shipping, energy, conservation, the whole shebang.
The entire strategy is built on these 4 interconnected pillars, which creates a really holistic approach. See, it's not just about protecting biodiversity, it's also about transforming the economy, hitting those climate goals, and, this is critical, making sure the coastal communities whose lives depend on the ocean are taken care of.
All right, let's dig into the environmental goals first. The plan sets some really concrete, really ambitious targets for 2030. They're aiming for good environmental status for all their marine waters. They're going to place a full 10% of their vast maritime space under strong protection. And they're launching major restoration projects, like protecting 100% of those vital Mediterranean seagrass meadows.
And the guiding philosophy behind this whole effort is this really simple but powerful principle. Avoid, reduce, compensate. You can think of it as the new golden rule for any project at sea. The number 1 priority is always to avoid doing any damage in the first place. If you absolutely can't, then you reduce the impact. And only as a last resort do you compensate for any leftover damage by actively restoring habitats somewhere else.
But this strategy isn't just about protection. It goes way deeper. It's about fundamentally transforming France's entire maritime economy, moving from a model that just takes things from the ocean to one that's sustainable and actually helps it regenerate.
So this plan calls for a really profound shift across some major sectors. Instead of overfished stocks, the goal is sustainably managed fisheries. Instead of polluting ports, you get green energy hubs. And instead of fossil-fueled shipping, you get decarbonized fleets. It is a complete economic overhaul.
And at the heart of this economic shift is a massive bet on marine renewable energy. And the headline number is, well, it's staggering. A target of 45 gigawatts of offshore wind power by 2050.
And that 45 gigawatt number, it wasn't just plucked from thin air. The plan lays out a super detailed roadmap with specific, ambitious targets for each and every one of France's maritime coastlines.
This is a coordinated, nationwide effort to really harness the power of offshore wind.
So, okay, this is a massive, really complex plan. It sounds great on paper, but how will we actually know if it's working? What are the critical milestones we need to be watching for by 2030 to measure its success?
Ultimately, the success of this whole thing really hinges on meeting 3 critical environmental milestones by 2030, achieving good health across all its waters, getting 10% of its seas under strong protection, and making sure all of its fish stocks are sustainably managed. Hitting those targets will be the true test of this plan's effectiveness.
You know, when you step back, France's blueprint is without a doubt one of the most comprehensive ocean strategies ever developed. But in a world where oceans don't have borders, this national plan becomes a crucial global test case, and it leaves all of us with a really vital question. Can one nation's bold vision truly be enough to turn the tide for our shared global ocean?